Lord, I just want to thank you for blessing me with another day. So I was able to listen and hear the Pusha T response to Drake. I want to thank you for the ability to understand lyrics and to appreciate lyrical prowess in a time so convoluted with trash, emotions, melodies, and things that are just considerably below the bar of hip-hop. I want to send my best wishes to Dennis Graham, Drake's mother, his potentially illegitimate son, the stripper who had him, and I hope that bank account has 6 to 9 zeros on it, as it should. Welcome back, guys, to the Hip Hop Reports. I wanted to say a prayer before we got started, but now that we got that out of the way, we can start talking about the business. Where do we start? The artwork and the beat selection is very telling to me because, of course, the story of OJ was based on the idea that OJ wanted to be so badly accepted by white people, and of course Pusha T is taking that and stretching it out to Drake, flipping it around, saying that he wants to be accepted by black people because he's black and Jewish, for those of you guys who have no idea what's going on. Now, during this clip of The Breakfast Club, you'll see that Pusha T and Charlamagne are basically discussing their battle back and forth, their beef. He responds in this way that basically says, like, you're not even in the same weight class as me. You know, their backgrounds, you know, Drake being a child sitcom star, like, you know, like everybody has struggles, everybody goes through hard times, but like, basically he's saying like we are not the same in any way.
I think Drake is a formidable opponent. We've seen that for how he handled the Meek situation. He can rap when he wants to, and we definitely know you a spitter. I think that would be pretty good.
Right, but I don't want to be pit with him. Don't pit me and my skill set with his skill set. I feel like we do different things. Like I said, they put records together in a great way for what they do. I feel like I do something that is, you know, I draw.
The line in Infrared where he talks about that, like, you couldn't even fix the things that I have gone through, basically, is what he was saying. And, you know, I think that even goes back to Drake's Don't Low Bro Me line. I forgot what song that was from, but I remember it was like, he's always had this complex where, you know, he wants to be the tough rapper, like he wants to, and you know, he can do it, like he's able to, by his God-given skill, to write those records and give that delivery. We just don't believe you. Now, I think that's actually a huge generational gap too, because there has been this huge increase on popularity and decrease in value of authenticity. Like, you don't have to actually be real about your lyrics anymore. You can just make the shit rhyme or sound cool or sound simple enough. You know, does authenticity matter? I mean, Rick Ross said I wasn't a cop, and there was footage of him being a cop and pictures of him being a cop. And on the flip side, here's Pusha T saying that he's one of his go-to rappers because you can always depend on him on a solid verse about the same shit that he talked about, except how could Pusha T and Rick Ross be tight? Somebody tell me in the comments below. Please subscribe and tell me in the comments below how Pusha T and Rick Ross are friends or work together. And then if Drake is tight with Rick Ross, could Drake throw Rick Ross under the bus by dissing Pusha? Basically, oh my God, can you imagine that? If Drake dissed Pusha by saying that he raps with a, oh my God. Pusha went too far. Pusha took low blows. Listen, with Drake going at Pusha T's fiance, it was pretty much all rules were out of the question. There was nothing that was out of bounds. There was nothing that's a low blow. Again, the black face on the artwork, when he at the beginning when he questions and he says this is about pride, it goes exactly to my theory that the reason why the Quentin line hits so hard is because he knows that that was the one album that reconnected him to the culture and to the people that he so desperately wants to be affiliated and accepted by. This is why he does the Project Pat references. This is why he reaches to up and coming artists, that otherwise would never really have a chance, like Block Boy JB, and does records with them because the streets love him and respect him for that. He felt like he was losing touch, which is kind of why Push pressed the button that he did. Now in the line, it was written like Nas, but it was written by Quentin. He addresses that particular thing. And that's why rebuttals like Nicki Minaj's, where they say, oh, you guys gonna keep questioning. It's not that Drake doesn't write his own records. It's the fact that the records that he didn't write were the records that he used to come back down to reality. He brought the fade. He hit him with the 40 lines, he hit him with the dad lines. And I don't think he went too low, and I don't think he was too disrespectful. If anything, I'm sure he's got, like he said, this is going to be a lot of layers to this through this surgical summer, and I expect Pusha T to come back with much more fire if Drake decides to respond. This is definitely an L for Drake, and he's going to have to come back with something exceptionally strong. I don't know what he could come back with. I'm skeptical. Now, personally, I think Drake should just drop his Scorpion album on Friday to compete with Kanye and to hit good music where it hurts, in the pockets, in the streams. This is a skill sport. The bar has been set. It cannot be lowered. Hip-hop is traditionally a lyrical sport, and you have to be able to compete at a high level. Listen, this is what we came for. This is what we signed up for. This is the type of beef that we want in hip-hop. Ain't that right, Camo? Tell him, Camo. Come here. Listen, this is what we need in the game. Real bars, on wax. You know it's not ever gonna be no real shit. But this is what we came for. This is what we sign up for when we become hip-hop fans. We want to see people go at it lyrically and have the skill to uphold the culture at its highest ground. Hip Hop Report. This is Rambo Hustle. Much love. Peace. Hip-hop.